It's my favorite evening. I'm pacing around the floor. Got southern woods and waters gonna take me out the door. Got coffee on a perkin. I'm about to have some fun. They'll have my mind chasing some critter on the run. Bring it on, southern woods and waters. Make me hear that sound of a fish that's breaking water or the bawling of some hounds. Make me smell that river mud, feel clean air on my face. Bring it on, southern woods and waters, show me that special place.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Southern Woods and Waters. Hope you're all having a great evening sitting around the house with your family or your friends. We have got a really neat show for you tonight. It's one that I've been looking forward to now for several weeks, ever since we went on this trip. But we were recently down on the Piney River. That's down in the area, I guess some of you might know it as far as being around Hickman County. We were in a little area called Nunley, Tennessee. And we went and floated the Piney River in pursuit of red eyes, which is one of my favorite fish to go after, and smallmouth as well. We had a great time doing it. We got a little wore out in the process. Looking forward to talking about all that tonight. In the studio with me, though, I've got a couple of the guys that were with me on this trip, and that's my buddy Randall Haley. Good to have you here tonight, Randall.
Good
and Richard over here on the end. And Richard, you trailed around with us that day, and we're in charge of capturing everything. And guys, we had a day that day,
Full
didn't we?
day that day.
I mean, we did. It started out not being able to get in where we wanted to be, and we ended up 5 miles upstream further than what we wanted to be. So we virtually went on a 5-mile kayaking trip so that we could go on a mile-long fishing trip.
So we could get away from the kayaks.
That's right. So we can get away from the kayaks. But worked out great. We had a really good time. I think it's put together a great show for you guys. It's something that you can get out and do yourself. Tennessee is full of little rivers and streams and creeks. We think about the lakes a lot, but a lot of times we don't think about these little streams that run through most of our little towns around here in the state of Tennessee. We've got some of these little waterways, and they're full of smallmouth bass, largemouth bass. Most of your sunfish species are in there, your bluegill are in there, catfish, and what we were after this particular day, of course, red eye, or some people know them as warmouth, and they are great table fare as well. They're a lot of fun to catch, but they're really good to eat. So had a good time, but let's go on over right now, check out the first segment of the Piney River. Well, guys, we're getting pretty close, and I'm excited. We're going to do something this morning. We're going to be on a river that I've never been on. We're heading down here to the Piney River with my buddy Randall Haley, and we're going to be after smallmouth today and red eye as well. I'm actually hoping to take some of those home for the skillet. But it's going to be an exciting day. There's rain in the forecast, and we've had a little bit of rain this morning already, but not too bad. And we're hoping actually it's probably going to make the fish eat all day long. It's going to stay overcast with a little off and on rain, and probably keep some of the crowd down. So I think it's going to be a really good day. It's about 74 degrees right now, so it feels nice outside. I don't think it's going to be too hot today. And looking forward to learning more about the Piney River. Just another beautiful body of water that we have here in the state of Tennessee, you know. And I'm ready to go check it out and see if I can't get my hands on one of these big Piney River smallmouth. So,
Well, Hickman County is it's known for its good water. Back in the day, there was a lot of whiskey made here. And the nickname for it now is K County, you know.
My dear friends, you're about to receive on John Barleycorn, nicotine and the temptations of Eve.
It ain't right, folks. He might not be wrong, but he ain't right.
Hanging from a pine tree by my knees, sun shining through the shade. Nobody knows what it's all about. Too much, man, let it all, man. You ever heard that song?
I think the Sunshine Pipeline got clogged today.
gonna do now. We got some good holes right up through here. And we're actually gonna get out and slip up there on some of these holes and try to get on some of these fish before the boats get set.
Yeah, I did not.
Oh, Bluegill was nailing it. There we go, right?
I got you. Yeah.
There you go, Brandon. That's some of that skillet meat right there, boy.
He's a little small for skillet meat, but it is skillet meat. He ain't quite made it to skillet meat status yet. He got lucky. There's largemouth over there.
Oh, tack's in the way.
That's all right. Little largemouth here.
Yep.
He was right in on top of that log.
Y'all. I can go get it, cousin. Oh, he's swallowed that hook.
I want to be on Southern Woods and Waters.
I want to be on Southern Woods and Waters.
Some awesome table fare right here. A little red eye, a warm out. And these things eat really good, so now we're getting down here on the end of the river. It's going to have a lot more fish. So we're going to start keeping a few of these. Take them home, put them in the frying pan. Beautiful color. It's feeding time now. Alright, look here, there's some more fish over. All right, welcome back to the studio. We're off to a good start there, guys. I mean, we were having a great time that day.
Yep.
It was a long day, but we had a lot of fun and caught a lot of fish. Looking forward to sharing the rest of that here in just a little bit. But right now, let's go on over and do this week's weekly wild game forecast. This week's wild game forecast is being sponsored by our friends over at Wilson Bank and Trust. They've been helping you out with all your banking and financial needs now for over 30 years. You can stop in and see them at one of 28 Middle Tennessee locations, and be sure to tell them thank you for everything that they do for us here at the show. All right, guys, your forecast is looking pretty good. I mean, I think this rain's finally going to start to easing out of here a little bit, guys. We've had the hurricanes been pushing a lot of these little fronts through here the last few days. And, I'll be honest, I got kind of a slow fishing report the last couple of days. Had some guys went out yesterday, caught some good size fish, but they didn't get what they wanted. What we're going to do right now, though, is go over to somebody that really knows what's going on. If I can get it, Daniel Brown?
Yeah, I'm here.
Now, see, look, when we don't have the fishing reports coming in, we just call the guy that's got the fishing report. What you got for us tonight, buddy? How are you doing?
How's everybody doing?
Doing great, man. It's good to have you talking with us again tonight. Now, Daniel, I'm going to say next week we got a show coming up with you that I'm also looking forward to showing.
Yeah.
Got that with Dad, man. We had a great show. But, hey, what are they doing right now on Priest? What are you seeing with crappie right now?
Right now, the crappie are, anywhere from 12 to 16 foot. They're over brush. A lot of my buddies are catching them trolling crankbaits right now, big 200s and 300 series crankbaits. So they're just covering water, trolling about 1 to 2 mile an hour, putting multiple rods out, catching lots of fish. And the brighter the color, the better. Chartreuse pink.
Okay.
Anything bright that sticks out, they really like right now. So
okay.
They're catching them over brush. My hybrids are doing their thing real good. They're eating my live bait. We're catching lots of largemouth too while we're doing that too. So
yeah,
we're catching
and
lots
catfish.
Of
now I saw the other day you brought in a table full of catfish.
Yeah, once I catch a fish on one of my live baits, I keep that bait, cut it in half, and I've got a couple catfish rods we're putting out. So yeah, not only we're catching tons of hybrids, we're catching tons of channel cats and blue cats too. Yeah, and some good eating right there.
Yeah. Well, I know when we were out the other day, we had a great trip with you, and again, looking forward to sharing that. I mean, you've done really good the last little bit. I want to hit just real fast too. You've been catching some true stripe here lately on Percy Priest. And, a lot of people, they say, well, there's no stripe on Priest. Well, there are, and it seems to me like there's a few more now than there have been.
Yeah, they actually just started putting more in, so we're going to have some really good fishing in, 5 to 10 years when they start turning into something. But, yeah, we've got them. We've just got to weed through the hybrids. I've caught more, more this year than I've caught in the last couple of years. I think the live bait helps with that. Yeah, so I agree. But, yeah, we're actually having a sale Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a little flash sale. So we've got a discount going right now. If anybody books, $55 off our trip. So.
Man, that's a good deal, guys. That's the Real Deal Guide Service. Again, this is Daniel Brown. And, Daniel, we appreciate you calling tonight. And we're going to have you in here with us next week, so folks will be able to get all kinds of tips from you then. So looking forward to that. Thank you for calling, man. Have a great night.
You too, buddy. See you.
All right, and guys, we also want to remind you too, go over and follow us on Facebook. We've constantly got updates for you there, showing you what we're doing while we're out in the woods. But right now, what you really want to do is get over there and get signed up for this year's dove hunt giveaway, because somebody's going to get a chance here in a few weeks to get out and get in the dove field with myself and the Southern Woods and Waters crew, including both these guys sitting up here on this stage with me tonight. So get over there, give us your favorite outdoor picture. That's all you got to do to get signed up, and we'll get you a chance to win. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here in just a minute with this week's Pictures of the Week and some more Southern Woods and Waters.